Hot in-house with Coach Bird here at Southeastern, and Coach, Christmas has come early for you. It's playoff time.
Absolutely.
So it's time to focus in, but you and I was just talking off camera about your game last week with Oakman,
right.
A game in which you trailed by 2 touchdowns in the fourth.
Right.
Clawed, scratched, did everything
Miracle
you could
plays.
to come back to win that football game by
Absolutely.
1. Talk about that game and what kind of confidence did your guys gain off of that heading into these playoffs?
Probably our worst game defensively. I mean, we kind of battled the weather. You know, everything was decided for the playoffs, so you kind of get that lull. And, you know, just being a 17, 18-year-old kid and just staying motivated. I thought our intensity was not there. We scored on the first drive, and we kind of got lackadaisical. And Oakman's really good.
Yeah.
We talked about it last week, how they were peaking at the right time. They just had lost the game early, but big running back, big offensive line, very good defensive coordinator. They always have a great scheme against us. So it was a good game, and we played. After that score, I kind of felt like our intensity died, and Oakman turned it up. And there from the second quarter to the start of the fourth quarter, I thought they beat us, and we got lucky on some plays. I mean, it's always luck comes into it. You'd rather be lucky than good sometimes. So had a receiver slip down, a ball go through somebody's hands, and the guy on the ground catches the ball, and that kind of weird stuff. And
oh, wow.
But it was exciting, and I got to go for 2 there at the end against my judgment. But the kids and all the coaches, my entire sideline wanted to go for it. I kind of wanted some overtime just to put some pressure, but kind of went with what everybody else wanted.
They wanted to go ahead and
they wanted to finish it. Everybody wanted to. We've never played in an overtime game since I've been here, and I thought it would be fun just to experience that. But they wanted to go ahead and win it, and they were able to pull it out.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
Confidence-wise, that has to give your guys a boost.
Yeah, I thought overall, it helps us, and therefore, and we did some things bad. I think that's probably the most points scored on us since Coosa, and I could be wrong on that, but they had some good drives and a busted tackle here and there. So that running back was really good. Like I said, I think he's top 10 in the state rushing wise, but he ran through some tackles. So it prepared us. And I thought it was going to be a good game to prepare us, and we could have. Since we weren't playing for the playoffs or whatever, we could have packed it in there in the fourth quarter. But it was nice to see us kind of refuse to lose, and I was proud how they finished. I wasn't proud in the middle, and halftime was rough, but I mean.
Did you give one of those Vince Lombardi speeches at halftime?
Nah, probably not. Nothing classic about that one. Just mad about not playing well. I mean, This is not the time to not play well, for sure. This is when you want to be peaking. So
that's right, no doubt. Let me ask you this: the playoffs is here. I mean, it's crazy to think. It seems like we just started a couple of weeks ago, and here we are sitting here, round 1 of the playoffs. It flies by, man. Right. But there's a couple of questions I always like to ask about the playoffs. Has it sunk in with the guys? Have you noticed the heightened sense of them listening and realizing, hey, it's do or die. We got to get this done, or we're not getting our practice jersey next week. That's A. That's right. And then B, how much have you guys installed or looked forward? Because a team like Oakman, you can't just look past them. You've got to dial in on them.
Right.
How have you juggled that as a staff?
Yeah, and that's kind of how we start the season. We always talk about the playoffs, and we talked about that. So I think we've practiced really well this week. I thought they were locked in yesterday, definitely. I thought we had one of our better practices of the year from the offensive side, and that's really where our defense has played well all year, and they've just got to maintain that intensity, and they do a really good job of preparation, and Matt Lipscomb prepares them week by week, so he's been putting in everything that one of the benefits is some of the stuff that Oakman did, Sulligent does too, so that kind of helps defensively. Offensively, still finding our identity. We spread them out last week just because of time, and most of our best drives were in a spread, no tight end, no H-back, so we're looking at maybe that being one of our best options. So we're still feeling around, but we kind of have 2 different offensive practices. So, you can tell a senior, was this your last practice or not? It's always somebody's last practice. It's always somebody's last game. So
for sure.
And the last 2 weeks in a row, we've played opponents who it was their last game. West End, we were their 10th game. Oakman was their 10th game. So, it's the sad part about football, but it's about life too. So you're going to be disappointed in how you handle that, but you can't think about that. You can't play scared. You got to be the hunter. So that's
right.
What we try to talk about. And since we talk about it all year, that's kind of, this is where they want to be, and that's what they should be prepared for. So
this is what they played for.
Yes,
you play 10 games for a chance in an 11th.
That's right. When we, in our region being so close and being able to play that, we kind of, I told them, when we went into Susanmore, that was our playoff game because we had to host, which is always our goal. We had to run the gauntlet of Susanmore, Faultville, and Cold Springs, and most of those were away. So we've kind of grown up during those.
This region, man,
it's been tight.
It's been tight.
Yeah.
And you got
Cold Springs is a good team. And
you got a good football team that's sitting at home this year.
That's right. Yeah.
And at one point, if you remember, a lot of people thought they were going to host.
Yes.
They were rolling, averaging almost 50 a game?
Right, 50, 60 points a game.
And then all of a sudden they hit the gauntlet of you guys and Coosa and Susan Moore. They hit this gauntlet and dude, I'm no shade towards any other region, whatever, but I know this region's legit. Right.
Yeah. And we're even for sure. We're going to find out how we stack up to other regions, of course, but I thought our 2 through 5 were about all the same. It just came down to who caught the break at the right time. Yeah,
and you guys did earn that ability to host, and how big is that in these playoffs? You already know that. People can say, "Oh, we don't mind." Yeah, I mind. I want to host. I want to play here on this field where I know where the clocks are and everything.
Yeah, it's round 1. Most of the time it's more about who you draw, but when you're with that Region 5, Aliceville's not in it, and they're a perennial powerhouse. So that's a really good region. So I think anywhere you finish, you're going to have to play somebody great or a really good football team. So, but just being at home does help you as far as it's a lot more work on the coaches. I don't know how most people do, but it's a lot easier to load a bus and drive than to paint and take care of concessions. Yeah. But kid-wise, you're in your locker room. You kind of. So it does have an advantage to us. But I think we try to focus on each round and just no matter if we're here or there, being a good football team on Friday nights, or in this case Thursday night. We play tomorrow night because of weather,
which is real close. It's time to dial it in. That was my next question: is shortened week this week. They got weather possibilities on Friday. Right. How much has that altered what you guys do, or were you kind of prepared for that heading into this week? We thought it may happen. We actually started talking to Sullivan on I think I called him Monday night and floated it, but by Tuesday morning our principals, just because our facility's so far away, if there was lightning or whatever, the crowd's being exposed or whatever. Right. So we kind of knew it Tuesday. They had played on Thursday. We had played on Thursday. And we knew who. We didn't need Week 10 results. So he's probably been preparing for us for 2 weeks, and we've kind of been looking at him for 2 weeks. So it's actually a full week if we play Thursday. So
gotcha. Okay, so not much would change.
No, we both played prior to Halloween. Nobody, so.
Yeah, everybody was trying to get that before Halloween.
Yes. Everybody's had 7 days of rest. It's just how you handle the week. So.
When you look at Sullivan, what have you seen from them on film? They've been a perennial team that's. Yeah. I remember back. 2017, they beat an undefeated 5, and it's just all kind of. They've had that
great
kind
athletes.
of. They've had those kind of guys.
Yeah, they've always got athletes. We've played them 4 times, I guess, since I've been here, and they're just tough. They're tough out. They've got. I think they play maybe 15, 16 guys, so they Ironman it. But I think athlete-wise is what's going to bother us. I think they've got a little more. They're more athletic in the defensive backfield. That correlates over to their running back, and their scheme puts their best athletes in the best position, which is what a coach is trying to do. So they do a really good job of giving their athletes the ball in advantageous situations. So
yeah, they try to put you on island.
Absolutely. Our biggest opportunity is to play good defense and keep their scoring down, because if you've watched, they've lost when they haven't scored, but when they win big, because they just run through tackles. We've got to tackle well, because their quarterback and running backs, they run through people. So
yeah. And they're running a lot of Ironman type football, so probably one of your goals is to drag them out into what I call murky waters and make them guys stay on the field, make them guys snap it one more time.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we like to be a ball control offense, and so we'd like for them to play defense most of the night for sure.
But, absolutely.
The biggest thing is they do a lot of wildcat where they just snap it to their best athlete and everybody blocks, and they're a physical team, so it's going to be a battle. They put us out last year doing the same scheme, same guys. So we either get payback or we get a repeat of last year. So it was very disappointing last year the way we played.
Do the guys mention that in the locker room, or is it just? They
talk about it all the time, because they were, we felt like we let an opportunity. Like last year in the first half, we never stopped them. We had no stops. If we'd have held them to one stop, been a lot different game.
Right.
But they did real well, executed on us last year. So the boys know what they let slip away last year.
For sure.
And so I hope they're focused.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes that things can help. You know what I mean? You don't need any motivation really at this point in the season. You're in the playoffs. You're hosting.
That's right.
Your parents there.
Everybody's good now.
Yeah. Now it's time to go execution. Right. Talk about execution. How do you dial in on execution? Because execution's everything in the playoffs.
Yeah, especially with our offense. But we don't try to add a whole lot of stuff. You kind of stick to whatever schemes that have paid off for you. So whatever we're doing on offense will be our best stuff that we feel the most comfortable with. And then defense, you put your guys, try to line up, especially like an offense like Sullivan has. It's just making sure you line up right and you're not outnumbered somewhere, because they'll find it. And I don't know, execution wise, that's what you have to preach all the time, because we're not a big play offense. We're not real athletic on defense. We're just solid. So just been trying to play sound defense, and I don't know.
So you're
control the clock.
So you're not going to line up in the Emory and Henry offense?
Probably not. no ESTs or nothing, no three little pigs, none of that. It's going to be, if you get us to doing that, we're in trouble. So.
If we do that, the scores
that's right.
It's going to be off kilter.
We're just trying to do something. So.
Well, Coach, before I shut it down, I always like to kick it back to you for final thoughts.
Just excited about tomorrow, and hope we get a big crowd. I think there's only 3 teams in Blount County playing, and none of them's playing tomorrow, so we hope to get a big crowd. So.
Absolutely. Coach, I appreciate you sitting in with us. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.